Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down one of the most fundamental components of life itself, amino acids. Yep, these are the tiny, tiny units that build the unbelievably complex machinery inside every single one of us.
So, let's just dive right in with a massive question. When you get right down to the molecular level, what are you actually made of? We're about to take a little trip into the world of biochemistry. You know, the answer, maybe surprisingly, doesn't start with all the complex stuff. It actually starts with some really simple ideas. To get a handle on the incredible things our bodies can do, we have to start with the small, repeating parts that build everything from the ground up. Okay, so let's kick things off with the big picture concept. Your body is just packed with these huge molecules called biomolecules, and almost all of them are built from smaller, repeating units.
First up, you've got this thing called a monomer. The name gives it away, right? Mono means one. So think of it like a single Lego brick or maybe one bead on a string. It's the most basic piece you've got.
And, well, if you start linking a bunch of those monomers together, what do you get? A polymer. Poly, of course, means many. This is what happens when you snap all those Lego bricks together to build something amazing and functional.
So here's the key takeaway, and it's this really simple but powerful relationship. These individual units, the monomers, join together to create these big, complex polymers. And it's the polymers that do all the heavy lifting and all the cool, complex jobs inside your body. Now, there are a few major types of these biomolecules, but for today, we're going to laser focus on just one, proteins, and more specifically, the monomers that build them, which are, you guessed it, amino acids.
All right, so let's actually build an amino acid, piece by piece, so we can really see what makes it tick. And trust me, it's way simpler than you might think.
Okay, everything, and I mean everything, is built around one single central carbon atom. In the world of biochemistry, we give this a special name. We call it the alpha carbon. It's literally the heart of the molecule.
Attached to one side of that central carbon is an amino group. You'll notice it has nitrogen in it. And hey, this is where we get the amino part of the name amino acid. See? Simple enough, right?
Now, on the other side, we're going to attach what's called a carboxyl group. This group has acidic properties, and that gives us the acid part of the name. So there you have it, an amino acid. It all makes sense. But there's one last piece to this puzzle. It's what we call the side chain, or the R group. And honestly, this is the most exciting part, because this is the component that makes every single amino acid different and unique.
Okay, so this is where things get really interesting. While the rest of the molecule is always the same, this one variable part, this R group, is the source of all the amazing diversity among the 20 common amino acids.
And the personality of that R group is everything. I mean, some have these simple carbon chains, which makes them hydrophobic. They basically try to hide from water. Others have these big, bulky ring structures, making them aromatic. And then you have others that actually carry a charge, making them basic, like lysine, or acidic, like aspartic acid. This chemical diversity is the secret sauce for everything that comes next.
And this isn't just some abstract chemistry class stuff, right? This has real-world consequences for our health. Some amino acids are called essential because our bodies just can't make them from scratch. We have to get them from the food we eat. Others are non-essential, which just means our bodies are clever enough to build them on their own.
So, we've got these building blocks, and they have their own acidic and basic parts. But how do those parts actually behave inside the super-controlled, watery world of our cells? Well, it turns out it is all about charge.
At the roughly neutral pH that's inside your body, amino acids exist in this really special state called a Zwitterion. I know, it's a fantastic word, right? But all it means is that the molecule has a positive charge in one spot and a negative charge in another spot, which makes the whole thing neutral overall. And this shows just how dynamic these little molecules are. Their overall charge can actually change depending on the pH of wherever they are. So if you drop one in an acidic environment, it becomes positively charged. In a basic one, it's negatively charged. But right there in the sweet spot, the neutral pH of the body, it exists as that cool Zwitterion.
Okay, time to put it all together. We have our diverse set of building blocks, we know how they act inside the body, so now we can see why they are so perfectly designed for the final, incredible step, building masterpieces.
And you know what? This quote from our source material really just hits the nail on the head. It's that incredible variety in the R groups that allows for the creation of proteins with just vastly different shapes, charges, and, most importantly, functions.
So here's the crucial point. When these diverse, charged building blocks link up, their individual personalities actually dictate the final protein shape and its job. I mean, those hydrophobic amino acids, they're going to tuck themselves away from water, forcing the protein to fold into a very specific 3D shape. And the charged ones? They'll sit right on the surface, ready to interact with other molecules. It's how a simple chain becomes a complex, functional machine.
And just stop and think about that for a second. All of the mind-boggling complexity of life. We're talking everything from the enzymes that digest your food to the antibodies that fight off infection. All of it comes from combining just these 20 fundamental building blocks in different ways.
Which leaves us with a final and pretty fascinating thought. If these 20 amino acids are like the alphabet, then the proteins they form are the entire library of life's literature. So with these tools, what incredible structures, what absolute masterpieces can the body build next?